welcome along to the broadcasting lounge this evening. We are in Watkins Glen in upstate New York tonight, so track we're starting to get pretty familiar with this week. SuperCars were here on Tuesday night, and a number of our drivers, including yours truly, took part in the 6-hour endurance race here over the weekend as well. So plenty of laps done around here lately, and we're going to do a few more tonight with an hour and a half, an hour 15-minute enduro race coming up tonight. Alongside me in the broadcasting lounge tonight, I've got Corey Kitchen. How are you, Corey? Yeah, big field tonight. Good turnout of GTP cars as well, so that's good to see. And in a GT3 car, and joining us from in-car, he's going to do some talking while he's trying to steer his BMW.
Are there safety cars in the series
How are you going, Doug?
This season? Or are we just going to let everyone crawl around and help themselves?
Well, regardless of that, we've got something to live up to tonight. I managed to grab myself a win in Div 2 on Tuesday night, so I think the challenge to you was win the GT3 class. Well, we'll have to see. I think if you said this a couple of weeks ago, there might have been talk that a sponsorship slot for DSA could open up, but I think I've sealed my future there now with that win at the podium on the weekend. He sure did. Yeah, no doubt I'll choke for that one. I went well without the broadcast.
So it's entirely up to him what happens that night.
Yep, and
race for all guns and glory, or race for the stream. We will never know.
Thanks Leon to alerting me to something that was going on there. You should be able to hear Doug and Corey now that I've actually turned their mics on.
Oh, well, welcome to
on leader last season, so I gather it's the same.
Thanks there, Jane. You've just spent the last 15 minutes talking yourself up by yourself.
And what's wrong with that?
Things we said are all just for nothing.
Getting after about the same car.
Alright, so quick look at the grid. We've got Christian Hermansen on pole from Stefan McCartan, Michael van der Haas third, Matthew Gerard fourth, Aaron Goodrick fifth, Kristen Jenkins sixth, Jack Hint seventh, and Sean McNamara coming in eighth position. And from there we've got Jonathan Turner, Mark Price, Wayne Hartnell, Dan Turner, and then Thomas McCall, I think, will be the last of the GTPs. Correct me if I'm wrong?
Yep, no, that's 100% correct. And GT3 got Dylan Shepherd getting pole position. Darren
I'm
Bob,
sorry in advance.
Blomqvist after him. So
You better be.
top three for GT3. GTPs
you
are
go.
on the move already, so
Yep, the GT3 field finally now moving away at the front after getting the hurry along from one of the boys. Not confirm or deny.
All action up the front here. So they're going around the final corner now, looking to get under the way. Christian Benson off pole position.
Green flag, green flag.
Gets away. Good start, Christian Benson. Stephen McCartan tucks in behind him, and Michael Vanderhaas running in the top three there.
Making the way up into the S's now, and we can catch the GT3s just coming into turn one. It's Dylan Shepherd leading the GT3, sorry, a little over the place there. And unfortunately, we're not seeing all the GT3 cars loading at the moment.
Change to a GT3 car might help you there.
Yes, it probably will. Hang on.
They'll come. It's like a ghost town out there.
Alright, and here's the GT3 field. Sorry about this, guys. I haven't got my settings quite right for the stream. Unfortunately, something that's too late to fix at this point with the draw all cars not being on, but we'll get that sorted for next week. And GTP cars now making their way through the final corner. And it's going to be Christian Hermansen with the early lead for the GTP field. And meanwhile, Dylan Shepherd leading the GT3 field towards the end of the lap, and he's got an 8 tenths of a second margin, just reaching out to 0.9 over Darren Lobb, and pulled on just another half a second back from Darren to round out the top three there.
It was going alright, got past a couple of cars and then just lost around the back before and put the nose just into the front of the wall, so I think I picked up a little bit of damage. I can't ascertain how bad that is from my angle. Crew chief said I've got some damage to the front end, but the steering feels fine. I still seem to be moving along at normal pace at the moment, so I'll keep an eye on it over the next few laps, but may have to come in for an early fast repair and then use it as one of my compulsory stops to chug along with.
Been in the pits. We need to maybe check that out. Steve Darren.
He's just gone in, yes. He's just made a pit stop.
He's admin, so we can't include him in our little plan, can we?
I don't know, can we?
Yeah. There we go. Of course, tonight we're giving away a Cars NZ t-shirt and a bottle opener, and that's all thanks to Wearcraft, our weekly sponsor. A little bit about Wearcraft, Shane?
Yes, so Wearcraft is a little hobby business that Leon and his lovely wife Laura have put together. So they do crew cart designs, which is, I believe,
custom vinyl.
Custom vinyl, and so they can make up custom T-shirt designs for you and all sorts of things they can put together. So if you want any of that sort of thing done, get in touch with Leon and he'll be able to sort you out.
Yep, big or small, he can do it all. Leon and crew there.
Yeah, Scott Pickering, if you're watching, like you normally are today, and it was you that actually asked how to get something, get in contact with Leon. Yeah, maybe get a t-shirt with your separation, something like that.
And of course, yeah, if anyone wants to, they can also just message the SuperCars NZ Messenger group goes through the admin, and Leon's part of that. I'm sure he'll be able to pick that up and then send you a private message.
You did say that out loud. Aaron Goodrick putting some pressure on Matthew Gerard at the moment for 4th position in GTP class. Tricky track to pass on around here, I think. A little bit easier, ironically, in these higher downforce cars than in the supercar, and also this layout encompassing some slightly slower corners down the bottom of the boot section than what we ran with the Cup layout on Tuesday. But the big thing I found as a difference from GT3 to a V8 in terms of passing around here was the run up through the S's. Because the V8's got so much less downforce in these cars, you're already on the limit through there as it is to keep it flat. Miss the line by a little bit and you have to lift off, and so when you're behind another car, getting extra speed with the toe and getting a bit of aero wash, it is near on impossible to stay flat through there. Where with these higher downforce cars, you've got enough to be able to lose some downforce in the dirty air and still keep the foot planted, so you can actually draft up behind another car on your way up the hill and get a run along the straight to get alongside before the bus stop, where it's really hard to get that overlap early enough going into the bus stop to make a move in the supercar. So hopefully we should be able to see a bit more passing tonight than what we did on Tuesday night, to make a long story short.
We do love long stories that become short. Bit of action going on track though.
Oh, Jonathan Turner, I've just clicked on seeing his name dropping through the order, and he's got big front end damage limping back to the pits. So things have not gone well for him. See if we can pick up what has happened to Jonathan here.
Yeah, so the looks to be first through the pit lane being Nick Mitchell, I believe. But Nick and Sean McNamara in pit lane. I got Wayne Arnold, Jonathan Turner, as you said, just coming in now.
Weirdly, I'm not seeing any replays or any crash data coming up for Jonathan. Yes, he's certainly had a crash, but can't pick out exactly what has happened to give him that damage. Tight battle going on here down the graph with Blake Greenhill all over him there. And Blake, you can see, even able to pull off the normal line on the way up through the S. Sort of things right there. We've got so much more grip up through there than a supercar. They're able to do things a little bit differently, even in the dirty air. And he's pulled out, and Dion's actually just backed out of it. You know what? There's no point trying to get through the bus stop too wide. I'm just going to let him have this one. Of course, all those people that have come in for damage, even if they're towed, as long as they've taken 2 tyres, that will count towards their 2 compulsory pit stops in the race. And you would imagine that they should then be able to make sure they can get their second stop in at a time when they get home. No fuel restrictions for these cars. They won't be able to do the full race on Wednesday. I think about 45 minutes for the GT3s will be all they can do, and the GT3s should be able to get an hour. So the GT3s should be able to run the final pit stop anywhere from 15 minutes into the race, and GTP's probably about half an hour.
Everyone's doing very good with the intervals so far. I'm guessing that most people have been off track or running wide.
Oh.
Around here where you can run pretty well, so you missed the car there just getting on the grass.
Yeah, well, he had huge damage. I'm trying to work out who it was. Don't think it was Glenn. It wasn't Roger or Trent.
So many misfits.
So many misfits to choose from. Annoyingly,
Cool flag, though.
oh no.
Came out of pits and just got it wrong through the bus stop. It's pit fired me straight back to the wall, so they've just come in to pit repair damage, and I'm gone and damaged the car straight away again today.
But, yeah, I just jumped on the old entries there, and there was actually 3 people with meatballs, so 2 of them have just cleared. So looks like a few people getting a bit hot and heavy out of pit lane.
Yeah, possibly. So just see a couple of people have disconnected for the night. So Glenn Collinson has departed, and Nick Mitchell has shot the gap also. Yeah, there'll be a few others in that list.
Congratulations to Jim Johnson. Claiming himself as a t-shirt and bottle opener. So I dare say you'll be watching this back later on. Your dad will be watching, and Chris will be watching.
That was a bit tight with Michael Vanderhaas coming up on a GT3 car, and unfortunately it's cost him, and Matthew Gerard's been able to take the opportunity to get by him at the final quarter there. So nothing really, from what I saw, no wrongdoing from either party in that one. It was just an unfortunate place for Michael to catch the lap car there.
Yeah, this one's just a battle for 3rd place between Matthew Gerard and Michael Vanderhaas. To the bus stop. These things are fast.
They really are, and super low to the ground as well, so you actually have to compromise a little bit of lap speed in a couple of places. Probably most notably is the second to last corner, where you cannot straddle the curb at that penultimate corner, or it will bottom the car out and very quickly throw you towards a wall.
Get out a bit of a real battle going on here. Oh, I've just lost them all. Disappeared. Nick McGindo. Got about 4 minutes to be tight battle.
That is looking pretty tight. Blake Greenhall involved in that as well, and that looks like Martin Price cutting his way up the inside of the GTP car. And Peter Vanderberg just putting a move on Blake up the inside at toe. Blake able to hold on the outside though. Can he stay there and get the inside into it if he can? And he's able to do that so far. Still Peter holding on the outside though, and able to get the momentum on the run towards the penultimate corner and take that position off Blake eventually.
Blake, good luck here. He's not going to give up.
This is such a tight battle pick though, as Nick McIndoe just poking the nose out on Nathan Gardner, but thinking better of it. They'll pick up some draft here now, and we may see some people making moves on the run down the straight towards the bus stop. Certainly Pete's been able to get a good run off turn 1, and he's closing in, but Nick McIndoe really closing in on Nathan Gardner. He's going to go to the outside, long way around. GTP car coming through at the same time. It's going to be 3 wide. They sort it out by the time they get to the apex, and Blake's going to sneak down the inside of Pete. That was a cheeky little move, but he's pulled it off. Well done.
Yep, they're not giving up, Blake. It's not over yet either. It's Peter is all over the back of Blake. Nathan Gardner's just managed to get away from the little group here a little bit.
Yes, and Nathan having the clear run ultimately into the bus stop there, and while everybody else is trying to sort themselves out, and he's been able to take advantage and stretch to there. So we've got, I think that's Steve Darren in the SDI GTP there. Making his way through it. Oh, is that Macca? Macca and the GTP, that's right, that caught me off guard.
Yeah, Mr. Plow himself.
Now I've lost track of that battle pack. Now I've gone and clicked on Sean's name. Where are they? There's Blake's name. going to think about a move into turn 1 here again. He's got the car down the inside, didn't quite make the apex, bit of hip and shoulder there, and Nathan caught out and losing another couple of positions as a result, and he's also got down the graph all over his bumper now. Dion looking to redeem himself after the 6 hour. He didn't have a very good race here in that, so he's looking to see if he can improve on that result, and that was a bit tight, but both guys giving each other just enough room. Oh, I think there might have been a bit of contact, and it's got Dion loose, and he's ended up going into the wall.
Yeah, that's Simplex Mustang getting caught out there. Bit fast and fierce for the session, but you're limited to 17 incident points, so just hope everyone keeps it clean, so you don't have to talk pit lane.
Well, 17 incident points for a drive-through. Another
That's right.
17 for your second, and then if you manage to get to 40, that's going to be it for you.
Hop home on the boat.
To be fair, I think if you... Oh no. Manually or otherwise?
Yep.
Okay. That's interesting.
Who have we got for a hot lap? What about Jack Hints? He'd give us a good hot lap, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I reckon Jack's always good for a hot lap.
Where is he?
He's a little bit lonely at the moment. He's got 10 seconds up the road to Aaron Goodrick and 4 seconds back to Tom McCall, so just doing his own thing, sitting there in 6th at the moment.
Defending GTP champion, am I right?
You are right.
I am, yeah. I guess we better drag him in here for a hot lap. Here we go. What, you gonna give us a hot lap, Jack? There you go, turn 1.
Stops probably my first corner, to be fair. So far, having the load in the back with the fuel and everything is definitely changing the characteristics of the car, something fierce. Just trying to manage it at the moment. Hopefully it'll get a bit better once the fuel starts shedding a bit. Yeah, not too bad. It's more about me trying to maintain the gap at the moment. It's a bit intimidating, especially with having a whole bunch of new guys in the season in GTP class. So it's just a matter of survival once again.
One of them in front of you.
Oh, good mate.
Or is he behind you?
As you can see, I'm not the greatest at hot laps, but
Jack, no, you took us through your lap, and that's what's important. Well, good luck for the rest of your race. Really, you're down. Those guys are really hot laps.
yep, that's for sure.
Cheers, Jack.
There you go. Even from the defending champ, there's still some tracks that he's still not completely fully clued up on. And obviously, he was finding the wheel work quite hard there, so it'll be good to see him push on and complete the race and take some nice secure points to begin the season.
yeah, he's actually moved up into 5th as well, so looks like Christian Manson has been doing pits actually, so potentially taking his first compulsory pit stop. And yeah, he has stopped in the box there, and then we've just lost him briefly, but I think he has stuck around. It's just my settings not quite keeping on screen there. Christian is running in 9th position at the moment by the look of it. Having completed that first pit stop, so that explains why Jack did move up one position there.
I see Dion DeGraaf's name disappeared off the racing list as well there, so I'm not too sure if he
Yep.
came into a sticky situation or...
Unfortunately, I'm not getting a lot of replay data just due to, again, my settings that I've got completely wrong. It's on me. You can write the hate mail to me. I've messed up.
Yeah, Shane at SuperCars NZ.
That's not a legit email, by the way, but Sean's one is.
I'll give Mac his number out. If you got any complaints, you can give him a call.
Yeah, he'll love that.
I haven't got Mac his number, thankfully.
021 601.
Steve's number used to be on the back of his car. I don't know if that is anymore.
That's not on the new ones. But yeah, I did put that on the back of some of the old STI cars.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this is getting a bit interesting. Michael van der Haast and Aaron Goodrick having a battle over P3, P4 in corrected order in the GTP class, and Aaron's actually just been held up big time cutting through some of that traffic, and that's what was making it very interesting, was the fact that they were fighting hard while making their way through that traffic, but Aaron just getting caught out a little bit there and losing a bit of ground, so we'll see if he might have the pace to make some of it back up. Mickey Gerard not too far up the road in second either, and a couple of seconds from him to second McCartan, so still fairly close. Obviously we have got Christian who's already taken his stop. I didn't actually take too much notice before he stopped on what the gap was from him back to Stefan, so not sure whether we might be a bit of margin there or maybe a close gap there as well, but I'm sure we will see when everybody comes into the regular pit stops. So your mic's just gone a bit quiet there, Corey.
I must have bumped it.
There you go. There we go.
Can't have been too interesting.
Good to hear your beautiful voice loud and clear.
It's so it's hard to pick up the movers and shakers because that's not a bit sporadic for me. But Chris Zalowski, Ben McMurray up 12 spot, GT3 class, Thomas McCall up 10 spot into third, PPP. But no, he's not. He's not up there in the order. He is in
Well, it's shown 5th for me, and up 8 spots, so that's a good effort nonetheless.
Yep, that's corrected itself now.
Oh, Blake's having Blake just had a big moment over the curve to the bus stop. And Thomas in a bit of a battle as well with Dan Turner putting some pressure on him from behind at the moment.
Dan showed him a lot of promise. season last year, and some of those Team West boys all joined together and decided to give the GTP a crack, so we're going to get the West.
Yeah, and some of the Team West guys actually got together as well and took part in Watkins Glen 6 hour over the weekend, as a number of our league drivers did, and they actually managed to achieve a 4th place result in what was their first
endurance.
first
Race
endurance
together.
event together. So that's a very good effort. Not quite reaching the heights of the podium, but still very, very impressive picking up a P4 on your first attempt. Might as well have a bit of a scroll through the field to keep Wayne happy. So we've got Stefan McCartan out front in GTPs, yet to pit, so that may correct when he comes in to take that pit stop, or potentially having clear air, staying out with a slightly lighter car compared to Christian, he might even be able to overcut him there. Matthew Gerard sitting P2. Nobody around him at the moment, nice and comfortable. Aaron Goodrick, Bremar X there. P3 at the moment, taking plenty of curve through the penultimate corner. Jack Hintz currently running P4. So he's moved up another couple of spots since we were last with them, or another spot since we were last with them. P4 and car 4 even, that's a good sign. Tom McCall sitting in 5th spot. Another one of the Team West boys. Mark Price 6. 0 podiums, 0 wins, 7 incidents per lap. That's why he runs the number 007. And speaking of 007, Christian Hermansen sitting in 7th position. He's taken his pit stop, so he's looking to set some good laps, potentially on fresher rubber. Well, he would have changed at least 2 tyres, I hope. That's the requirement to count towards your compulsory pit stop. You have to change two tyres at each of your pit stops, so hopefully he's done that and put down some good laps on fresher rubber. And I've just got Dan Turner's name, Michael Vanderhaas's name actually jumped ahead of him, so he is running in 8. Bad Time Racing Sport, car 13. Dan Turner sitting there in 9th position, second of the Team West cars. And teammate Wayne Hartnell not far behind in 10th, rounding out the top 10. And then we've got another Team West car running, that's showing as 12th, so something's jumped around there. We do have another Team West car running 11th, Jonathan Turner, and then another one running 12th with Kristen Jenkins. So Team West guys all sitting just around the bottom of that top 10. Very well populated there at the moment for those guys. And actually looks like Kristen is the last of the GTP cars still running, but doing a fine job nonetheless. First of the GT3 cars, Dylan Shepherd, Blackout OPR. Last minute entry tonight.
I'm back.
Welcome back, Corey.
Oh, I needed to take a jersey off and get some water. It's got awfully hot in here.
Hot in Christchurch at this time of year.
Oh, hot in Harry Aura with the fire
Further south.
absolutely cranking.
fire cranking, that's it. That explains a lot.
Yeah, good fire.
Paul Blanco's sitting in second there in the GT3 class. He has got a Mustang GT3 just behind him, but I think that's lap traffic. As Nathan Gardner's shown as 15 seconds back. But Nathan is sitting third in GT3. And Louis Robinson doing a good job currently running fourth in GT3. Sean's got a little Simplex Ferrari apparently.
Sorry.
There's a little blurb down the bottom there. Sean's got a little dot, and then we just got a picture of a Simplex Ferrari. So I guess Sean's... Actually, correction. That's a Corvette, not a Ferrari. So Sean's got a little Simplex Corvette. Good to know. Chris Zalewski. Yeah. Oh, that's a cool livery.
Racecrafts NZ.
I love the Metallica paint on that silver flat on the side. That is beautiful.
Layers, Shana. Layers.
Yep. Spit maps.
And how you going, Douglas?
Kicking by. Yep, I'm happy. I'm capitalising positions as more people choose to leave the race. So, yeah, I'm just happy to be out here turning some laps and imagining that I could have been here doing the Watkins 6 hour alongside Shane, but unfortunately due to work commitments I wasn't able to. So this is now my time to still try and keep some muscle memory going in the car in case one of those special events comes up later on in the year that I might be able to join in with them again.
And I believe another wee story is this is where you found that this track was where you came to and you met some of these boys that you now reference.
Yep, it was indeed. Been a few special races over the years, and yeah, it's amazing how different people, some different walks, different online groups, and we've all sort of made our way through to this online league of SuperCars NZ. Yeah, certainly by far I feel one of the best in New Zealand. Putting on the races 7 days a week. Big admin team looking after all of that. And
You're now the Pavlova 7 days a week, SuperCars NZ.
that's that.
So Blake Greenhall actually running third in GT3 now as a couple of people come in and take some stops. Probably use BMW there. Nico Cordia just having a GTP car go through at turn 1, and that GTP car has gone very wide on the exit. Probably picked up slow down to that lane, but he's probably going to get clear of these guys before he tries to serve it. Darren Lobb, I think, has been in for a pit stop, and he's on the charge back through and putting plenty of pressure on Nico, but not able to find his way through there. Stick with this a little while to see how it pans out.
Yeah, that little red Ferrari.
Lamborghini.
That's it, Lambo. Yeah, you just see red and think Ferrari, don't you?
Yeah, at least you were closer to what I call a Ferrari. At least it's the right country.
Yeah.
Oh. Bad country Lamborghini, isn't it? And Ferrari?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I referred to a Corvette as a Ferrari before, so that's very much not the right country.
I think. Oh no.
Give that a clap.
Old training's gone and had a manual disconnect as well.
Had it off a clip.
Heckly.
Up 11 spots now, Dougie. Well done.
Yeah.
You're a tight second on the biggest movers list. Ben McMurray up 15, Chris Siarski, Jason Bigby, and Douglas Bickley up 11. 2-3s. Thomas McCall up 5. Big one.
Then the Hillside running 6 at the moment. I think there's some pit stops going on at the moment, so everything's a bit out of sync, but we can still work our way down anyway.
Yeah, the medal camping between Pricey and Tom McColl's still really good as well, and interesting as they come through the field of GT3 cars.
Have a quick look at that. So, yeah, Tom not too far behind Pricey at the moment. Got a little bit of clear air for now, but the next GT3 car not too far up the road, and actually they're closing on that car now. And making their way around through the Esters. Luckily they've got enough downforce to be able to go offline like that and get around there. Not
They
something
can
I want to
certainly
try and
change
do.
direction really fast, that's for sure.
They absolutely can, and Tom just poking the nose out, thinks better of it at the bus stop. Might have pressured back into a little bit of a mistake. Looked like he didn't quite make that first apex at the bus stop, but he's managed to carry enough speed through there to get away with it. So
timing tower.
yeah, unfortunately that's jumping around a little bit because it's not quite loading all the cars all the time for me, so
Very smart.
it's a little bit strange though. We've got less than 40 cars still in the field. I've got it my settings set to draw 40 cars, but it's obviously not drawing 40 cars.
Coming unstuck there, Douglas.
Yeah.
Car looks okay, mate.
Sure what happened there, but just the rear end of the car just got really hot there all of a sudden. Got chased around the corner.
Lucky for you, we haven't managed to get a replay of that. Cameras didn't pick it up until after the incident.
Okay, looking to make a move on Dougie again, turn 1. Nice and easy.
Doug having some blue flags there, I think.
Yeah, just think I wanted to get around some of that traffic, jibber jabber.
Onboard camera doesn't quite show Doug doing his thing, unfortunately, although we may be able to fix that, maybe not. No.
Whoa.
Oh! We caught that on board with you there, Doug, unfortunately. Big moment and a big tack slapper there, so just getting a bit loose on you coming through that sweeper down the hill.
Yeah, I don't know, it's just the balance of the car just not quite where I'm wanting it. Rear certainly feels quite hot, and that's unfortunately that wee tap on the wall has given me a drive-through.
Oh no. So you've racked up your 17 incident points. Is Doug the first person to do that tonight, Corey?
I will just have a look. He is. He is the first to do that tonight. In fact, the next highest is 10. Oh no, we've got someone on 12.
Well, at least you were first for something, Doug.
Yeah. Yeah, well, hey, I was sticking at it. I'm still taking away my laps.
Absolutely. Just try and avoid getting to 40 and you'll be sweet.
Well, that's it. It'll be iRacing that tells me to get lost at this point.
Cheers, a live picture of Doug in the naughty corner. Back out on the pack, then get a shot here coming into pit lane.
Yeah, the Coca-Cola Ferrari.
It's been second pit stop.
Oh well, and not quite halfway through the race, but these tyres will easily do probably the whole race on one set, to be fair, so don't know what his strategy is, whether he's just going to change all four at both stops or whether he's changed one side or two corners or fronts and backs at the first stop, and he might do the opposite at the second stop, or who knows. There's plenty of different ways you can play the strategy in terms of tyres, and no real way for us to know unless we were able to drag him in here and ask him, but he's not in any of our Discord servers at the moment to even be able to do that.
Going on, there's nobody really racing really close together to look at. Everybody's sort of by themselves at the moment.
Yeah, things looking a bit spread out on my data. Try and pick out roughly where I might have been up to as I was scrolling through the order a little bit. It's changed around a bit with completing their first stops, but I think this guy I didn't quite get to, so Nico Cordia running 5th at the moment in that Team ANZ CRL Mustang. I did pick up on Blake, so we can skip over him. Leith Swinney 19th, Team VSK. That's a nice looking new livery on that Mustang, and quite a step away from the liveries we used to see on VSK running. So new car, new concept on the livery, and looking very sharp there.
Yeah, lots of new paint jobs out there on all these new Mustangs. But no matter where you look, you see a misfit.
That's right, and even Misfits have had a little bit of an update on their paint. A little bit more black around the middle of the car there.
Yeah, a bit of Kermit green.
Absolutely. I feel like if we're referring to these cars as Kermit though, they really need to be Demios, don't they?
Yeah, well, I think everybody that'll be up.
Ben McMurray currently running 8th in GT3.
Yeah, up 15 spots, Ben McMurray.
Yeah, Ben doing a fine job. He was saying that he was probably going to be racing for last place, but certainly outstripping that expectation.
Yeah, I bet he's surprised himself inside the top 10.
Louis Robinson, we did actually cover him off because I remember mentioning his little blurb down the bottom there and getting the car wrong somehow. Daniel Hedderscheid running 11th. This one is a Ferrari.
Yeah, where are they, mate?
Actually, we saw Daniel come in
Bye-bye.
before as well.
Right. Oh, it's Darren
Oh
Long.
no! Yeah, Darren Long does have a.
Coming through the bus.
Oh, and we've got another one. Nathan Gardner's just lost his as well.
Oh yeah, Nathan, all facing the wrong way, backing up, traffic coming through. Trying to do his best to rejoin without causing any issues. That was tight. Hard spot there. Would have had no visibility of what was coming, and luckily everybody managing to get by there without making any contact.
Yeah, no extra replay.
A really tricky one because it is a blind corner on both respects. So for the driver who facing the wrong way at 90 degrees to the wall with no option except to try and back up a little bit. But other cars, there's been a few people coming around with a bit of grizzles over the mic, but yellow flags would have been waving, so you've got to take that on board and try and position yourself correctly for that too.
Pricey now, he's just dragging himself into pit lane after finding the wall as well with his GTP not looking for a flag.
So we didn't manage to get any replays of Darren Lobb's incident, but we have potentially got something for Nathan Gardner here, or maybe not. Maybe just picking up the end of it there by the look of what rolled through there, so yeah, just catching the end of it as he nose into the Armco, and then this is where we picked him up, so...
Nearly side by side, right off at Mark.
Pricey's just been in and put himself in pasture here and put back out there.
So it's 4 GTP cars that have just gone blind my doors on. It does not become any more or less nerve-wracking.
Mark looking very racy here at the moment. Putting the pressure on Kristen.
Yeah, so he's just been through pit lane and got himself a first car. Christian yet to take a second as well, so I'm not sure where the price is. He's got years, so I'm not sure.
Well, you would assume if you need to come into repairs that you're going to get those tyres out of the way. Pricey getting held up big time by the GT3 traffic there, and not actually losing a spot. I think there was a lapped car that picked his way by him there, so maybe sensing a tight situation decided it was better to get out of it a little bit and let the lapped car go there. Just gone over the halfway mark, so plenty of racing still to come.
Only halfway?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm about to park it. I'm exhausted. If anyone didn't think that this was hard work, they need to go and come and do it for themselves. Go and check out our good boys at MRP and get yourself a simulator. Come along and sign up to SuperCars NZ. We may even let you still sneak it now for our winter series if you're quick enough. If not, keep an eye out for the new one.
Just send a message, don't you send me, hashtag don't you send me, should get you in.
Yeah. Maybe make that work, eh?
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea.
I think I missed something here. I was watching Pricey the whole time, but I didn't see how he managed to end up in front of Kristen here.
Maybe the pit stop?
No, Kristen's not that far behind him. He's pitting now.
Okay.
Interesting. Must have been a little mistake there from Kristen that we didn't quite pick up on.
Two of them, yep.
Yes,
No point stick around while those things are trying to come through and ruining their race when they're battling for what's probably a very cool battle for 6th and 5th spot.
Absolutely, and Jack certainly not far behind Aaron at the moment, although Aaron has managed to just stretch things out a little bit by the look of it, just over the course of this lap. So I wonder if maybe we just missed a bit of action where Aaron might have managed to find his way by Jack there. It looks like Aaron is the quicker of those two at the moment. Jack getting a little bit unlucky with where the traffic seems to be falling for him as well, though. He seems to be catching those GT3 cars in the corners where Aaron's getting them on the straights, and that's allowing Aaron to just skip away that little bit more as well. So I've got Stephen McCartan showing as second here now. He was showing as the leader, but now that I've selected him, it's got him in second. And Christian Hermansen currently showing as first.
Yeah, I think you're almost through to myself there now.
Jonathan Turner, I think, is been through the pit lane there.
Yep, JT just edging out there.
Yeah, coming out behind Christian Hermansen there.
Season information to see where we're heading next week, but sweet pictures
Yeah, we may do. You've just gone a little bit quiet there again, Corey.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was probably just quietly there.
Oh, yeah. Andrew Uden, this is a name I've become very familiar with this week.
Why is that, Shane?
Had a nice wee battle with him on Tuesday night, and while I took out the win in Div 2, he followed me home very closely, just over a second behind to claim P2, so he certainly kept me honest and kept me pushing all the way to the end. So cheers, Andrew, for a good battle on Tuesday, and good to see you out there in the GT3.
Yeah, another Canterbury lad out there doing it. Can't do that,
Oh,
Information floating around from the registration sheet on working out who's where the divvy of the north and south comes from, because we may be able to do some specific sort of like one-off pride type of competitions inside the regular championships. So might be on a particular race night, the first person from the South Island and the grid gets a prize in the first race, and the second gets a second from the second race, kind of carry on. And sure, that's Leon's mad idea, which he hasn't shared a whole lot of as yet, but I think that was the gist of it.
I believe he stole the north and the south off me, actually.
Yeah, there you go.
Invited me into his home and stole my idea. But no, it was an idea that was really brought up, so good to see something happening with it.
Yeah.
Any excuse to have some banter, because the South Island's been a and there's just no, you know, no one's going to change my mind.
Well, the thing is that's usually 100% accurate, and a lot of people from the north would decline that comment until they move down here. Until they actually move down here.
It's very lucky.
That was, who was that? It wasn't Nico. I think it was one of Nico's teammates though. I completely lost even Andrew's name there. It was Andrew that was fighting the car that spun around there. There's Andrew.
It wasn't Blake Greenhall, was it?
No, it certainly wasn't Blake. Oh, may have been Adam Hughes. Yeah, it was Adam Hughes. That's who it was.
In capital letters.
Sure is. And we can even have a look at exactly what went wrong for Adam there. So into turn 1.
Did he get a wee nudge from Andrew at the start of the corner there?
I don't think there was contact. It was certainly very tight. Let's do this. Now, it looked like Andrew managed to avoid contact, but just I guess that compression in the apex of turn 1. Nose a little bit too loaded up for Adam there, and just losing the rear at the apex there.
We have Blake Greenhall there, getting it all crossed up at the third last corner.
Yes. Like Daniel Peterson been able to capitalise on that and move up one.
Oh, Blake's actually into the Armco right at the end of the tyres there as well, unfortunately.
It might be time for a new bimmer.
We may have a replay on that, hopefully. Yeah, so he's in a bit of a battle there and just losing the rear. I don't think there was contact, but just trying to hold it a bit tighter to avoid contact, and it's just gone around on him. So very easy to do there. It's a tricky spot where you come up over the crest and the car gets light momentarily there. And that's where we picked them up in the Armco as he's attempted to flick spin and ended up on the racing line, but the GTP car is doing a good job to leave a bit more room and get around him cleanly there. And he's been in to take a fast repair and carry on, and that was his second stop, so that should clear off his CPS requirements, and he didn't have too far to go from where the incident was to get back to the pits, so hopefully he's been able to limit the damage quite nicely there.
But our second driver, he's just going to flat back up to Daniel Turner. It's going to be taken, so he's got to cross the incident limit.
So down there in the Team West Porsche GTP. Currently heading up towards the bus stop. Very wild corner, that bus stop. The fastest way through is to straight line it as much as you can, and that means throwing your car over those curbs, and they're not small curbs, and the cars definitely bounce around a lot all the way through there, so you just got to try and keep them under control as much as you can and carry that speed through.
They not only bounce their way through there, but make really horrible noises when they do it as well. You feel like you're ripping the under tray out from under the car every time.
Absolutely. But we're going to see Dan come in to clear that drive-through this time around. Looks like he is. Commits to that yellow line before turn 1 to make it clear that he's pitting. You don't actually have to do that under iRacing's rules. You can dive down from the apex of the final corner, and as long as you're in before that yellow cone, you get a safe pit lane entry, so no issues there. But he's chosen to do the right thing and just show his commitment early on, get behind that yellow line before the corner and make it clear what he's doing through there. Oh, got some crash data on Stephen McCartan here. At the bus stop. Oh, just what we were talking about. Throwing it over those curbs and getting a bit too unsettled on the third one there and shooting off into the wall, and pretty heavy damage on that front right, I think, or almost looks like it's got away with that quite well actually. Oh, looks like the front right is showing a bit more toe in than he would probably like, as Blake has a little bit of a moment as Stefan's made his way around him there.
Yeah, I can confirm Stefan's on a meatball flag, so we'll probably see him come in.
And that's unfortunate because he's already completed both his compulsory pit stops, so he's going to have to make a third pit stop on this one, and so that's going to really set him back now, unfortunately.
Hopefully he had his fast repair unticked. If he's been in twice, they'll be gone burgers.
Yeah, that's a fair call. If he's used up those fast repairs by having a small amount of damage in his previous stops and not unticking that, then he's going to be sitting there waiting for the manual repairs to clear as well. So we'll keep an eye on those.
Quite quickly because most of their panels are. There we go.
That's right. That was a fast repair. So he was either managed to get to both or one of those stops without any other damage, or was onto it enough to untick that fast repair when he came into the pits.
It looks to have held on to that third position. 8 seconds back to Michael van der Haas.
Nico Cordia currently running third in GT3, but he's got Daniel Heddershide just half a second behind him at the moment. Nice little battle for the podium, final podium position in GT3. And Jack Hunt's just making his way past these guys in the GT3 there as well. Starting to get down to the business end of this one now. I think most people have completed their 2 compulsory pit stops. Kristen only showing 1 stop on my data, but that might not be accurate. Also not able to actually get a read on what the gap is back to Aaron Goodrick at the moment, showing 1 minute 6 seconds here, so that would probably suggest to me that he hasn't taken that second pit stop in, and he's got that much of a lead, but he is quite rapid as well, so
50-50 really, isn't it?
yeah.
We won't know too much until the end of the race, and obviously if anyone's keeping an eye on that for as far as this competition might go, may suggest that he hasn't taken that second stop. I'm sure they will be all over it.
Yeah, the people that are watching will know. Well, see, my data showing Ben McMurray hasn't made a stop at all. But that's not possible, so it's just not right.
So we've got Hermanson and Rydoff in the pits currently.
Okay, so that will be Christian taking his second compulsory pit stop now, so we know that that's going to be all good.
Yeah, 1 minute 5 gap back to Aaron.
Yeah, so he should have that well and truly covered off. What we could even do Let's have a look at this camera as he comes out. And absolutely nobody coming down into turn 1.
Aaron's just coming up to the start-finish line now as we talk. Just crossed the line here now. So 52 seconds behind Christian Evans. That's according to the iRacing.
Yeah, so that's probably he's crossed the line 52 seconds after, but Christian's pit box was down closer towards turn 1, so data I'm getting now is showing about a 16-second gap between them at the moment, so pretty comfortable for Christian. But Aaron, I'm sure will be happy to be running P2. That's a very strong result. This is his first race in the GTP with us. I think he ran the GT3 last season. He said coming into this season that he's going to give the GTP a go, and clearly not doing too badly in it. So good work, Aaron. Hopefully you can continue this form on as the season goes on. Although Stephen McCartan, no slouch and not too far behind, he's had to take that penalty. He was running P2, I think on corrected order, when he got that penalty, so he will be keen to see if he can get back to second and I guess make that a no loss meatball there.
Yeah, get that blackout performance racing car back up another step on the podium. It's probably his plan.
Peter Vandenberg not too far behind Daniel at the moment. I think we may have just missed a pass there with Daniel potentially getting past Peter, because the gap did pick up on a very close gap there just before I clicked on Peter's name, and it looks to have just stretched out a little bit more, so I think that probably tells me that Daniel might have got a run on Peter up the hill and managed to get past one just before the bus stop there.
Yeah, racing Paul Bloomquist up behind him too, so keep an eye on him and his crazy wheel covers.
Yeah, that's right, still running the pink wheels. He was running the whole pink car there at one point. Green car now, looking a little bit darker green than the Misfits car. Some eyes on the front of it there, and on the back of it.
Frog.
I can see that.
Or an alien.
Actually, Peter getting close to Daniel again into turn 1, so he is putting some pressure on him alongside, around the outside, and he's managed to get that one done. That was a nice pass.
Yep, round the outside turn 1. You can tick that off your bucket list.
But Daniel is going to be able to get the draft here. Can he fight back into the bus stop? He's also got Paul Blomqvist right there. Paul getting a big draft. He's going to pull out. Oh, looked like he thought about tucking back in, thought about sitting it down there. Ultimately decided to just sit it behind for now. Has he been able to squeeze the nose down through the sweeper? Not quite.
Great battle between these two.
Yeah, this is a really good battle. Paul doing his best to put his cars in different positions. Fair bit of moving around there. I don't know whether that was too much or not. A couple of GTP cars making their way through.
Yeah, I think Paul was looking to make a move there and he's seen those two GTP cars and just tried to get the line there to not cause any more trouble.
That was so close. That corner there is a good spot to be able to put an out-braking manoeuvre on, but Daniel was strong enough under brakes. And oh, Paul's able to slip down the inside, but just losing the rear over that crest and ends up facing the wrong way, and he's going to get it turned around and wait for a gap to rejoin, and he manages to get a nice gap there, but that has set him back big time.
Yes. Closing in on 5 minutes to go now. So we're probably looking at maybe 3-4 laps now. Stage 3 would probably be the go. I've been wrong before.
Yes, it's about a minute and a half for the GTP cars to come around, so also at 3 minutes for 2 laps, 4.5 minutes for 3, so they might squeeze 4.
I just had the 5-minute warning come up on my screen, so but of course I'm right in the midst of being outlapped again by the lead cars. So yeah, it could be about three more laps to go.
So it looks like the leaders have managed to get around Darren Bob, so he's down 6 laps. Dylan Shepherd in first place in only 5 laps at the moment.
I think I need to click on Dylan's name to get him to actually populate to the top of that GT3 list there.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on the gap back to, this might tell me. No, it's just got a lap.
So he's going
54
very
seconds.
strongly there.
Yeah, 54 seconds from Dylan Shepherd back to Darren Lobb according to SDK data, which has been wrong tonight, so we're not sure whether we're going to trust it or not. 3.1 kilometres behind him though, so that is a fair way.
It is, and Darren's name dropping back, is that just because my data's not drawing him? I think it was. So yeah, it popped him back up into P2 now that I've grabbed him, and that's also briefly given us a 54-second gap number there. Wayne Hartnell and Thomas McCall having a bit of a battle. Thomas just getting a little bit loose and dropping back a little bit there. Still just half a second behind though. Actually, in the last half of that lap, Wayne's just been able to stretch that gap out a bit. Jack Hintz's name was dropping back on my data. I think that was another case of my iRacing just not drawing him, so clicked on his name and it's popped him back up to P6 there, so that's alright. Christian Hermansen continuing to lead in GTP, sorry.
Just gone into pit lane and what looks like to just taking a little bit of fuel probably to get home. 22 seconds, so I'm not sure what's he said go on there. Fairly late in the session to be stopping.
Yeah, that's interesting. And not that long since we saw him come into that meatballs, there's a Simbex car in the fence on the right. I think that was probably Lou Robinson. I think it was a Corvette that I saw there.
Yep, Louis just parked there.
Well, that's a shame. I was keeping an eye on him. He was one of the drivers on the list there that only had one incident point. So at the moment, it is just Jack Hintz, the only one left on 0 incident point.
So I've just strategically let P1 go by because I am all of half a lap of gas out of left from running out.
Oh, so this could be awkward. You've run out of gas before in GT3, Dougie.
I have.
Yeah. I enjoyed that because she got pushed over the line by a competitor, and there's nothing better than that, I reckon.
Good, I think Mr. Peter Vanderberg saved my backside that day.
Yep, that was actually. That made my highlight reel from the good defeat of last year.
Oh
So-
yeah, can confirm I've got 2 litres of fuel left on board, or just less than half a lap.
Well,
So,
looks like Christian's about to take the checkered flag as we just tick down to 15, 1 hour and 15 minutes gone as Christian comes around the final corner now, and he is going to take the checkered flag and take
Yes.
out the GTP class.
Ooh, I have a white flag.
Aaron Frederick running second there, so he's done a fine job, Aaron.
Yeah, the excellent race from the Ginge.
Absolutely. Coming home, P2. Yes, he had to take advantage of Stefan's mistakes, but Aaron didn't make those mistakes, and that's why he was there to capitalise. Matthew Gerard coming home to round out the GTP podium. Dylan Shepherd looks like he has taken the checkered flag to claim the GT3 honours. Nico Cordia running P3, Darren Lobb P2 in GT3, sorry. And he's coming through the last couple of corners now, and he is going to wrap up a very respectable result, P2. Jack Dix is crossing the line behind him as well to take P5 in GTP, and Stefan McCartan right behind him, so Stefan dropping back to 6th in the end there. And Nico Cordia just comes across the line to round out the GT3 podium.
Nice. I'm stuffed. It's bedtime.
Yeah, that was a fantastic race. No sign of any drivers joining us in the waiting room as yet, but we will keep an eye on that.
Which one's already here?
Yeah, Doug. P29.
Nah.
No, P17 and GT3, P29 overall, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, good fun. Nice to be back behind the wheel and actually sticking it out to complete a race.
Yeah, it's always a good feeling just turning laps, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%, and it's certainly been something I haven't really done for a very long time. And no, it was enjoyable, and yeah, certainly need to make an effort to go and do a wee bit more. As I said, I'll try to get along and do some of the Monday V8 practice sessions as well. Try and see if I can crack that demon, because that's always been a bit of a bugbear on the back. But I suppose if you can do it, Shane, why can't I?
Absolutely. If I can do it, anyone can. Certainly takes a bit of work to get your head around how to drive those things.
Very different cars.
I can definitely recommend talking to Laz if you want some help getting your head around them.
Yeah. No, I'll be definitely looking at possibly doing one of that, because I think it'll be a good place to start.
Yeah, definitely,
What,
Laz.
what an awesome race tonight for our second season of the MRP HPR series. And starting off with a whiz fizz bang of a massive endurance race of all things.
Yeah, very cool.
Hamilton is already in the waiting room there for his first in GTP.
Nice.
Burning question from Shane.
Christian, well done, man, taking out P1 in GTP for the opening round tonight. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was a pretty tough battle there with with Matt, and we actually got together at one point down the back straightaway into the boot. I got a bit ambitious, so yeah, apologies to him, but yeah, no, it was nice to bring the car home nice and straight, and yeah, another win in SuperCars NZ. It was awesome.
You had a pretty comfortable lead over Aaron at the end there.
Yeah, and I'm not too sure what happened to Stefano or all the other guys, but yeah, I ended up having to pit again as well. So yeah, it was reasonably comfortable there in the end. But yeah, Watkins Glen's probably my favourite track on iRacing. So I've done a million laps here. So yeah, I was kind of had this round targeted to kick it off. So yeah, no, it was good to bring it home.
Certainly did that indeed. So did you have to, were you just alluding there to that you had to make another stop for some gas towards the end, was it?
Yeah, because when I got together with Stefan, yeah, I got some damage, so I had to stop early, and then took my fuel and stuff then, and then it wasn't enough to get to the end, so I was stressing a little bit when I was only sort of 30 seconds ahead. I wasn't quite far enough ahead, but then yeah, managed to kind of make that second pit stop nice and comfortably. I thought I would have got home to the end, but yeah, no, not quite. So yeah, had to stop again.
Oh, very good.
Any sponsors you want to shout out?
Yeah, yeah, big thanks to everyone at Fastlane Esports, SP Tools, Hartley Engines, Subup Media, and yeah, everyone who supports us to do this sim racing thing. It's awesome to have some supporters, and thank you to the SuperCars NZ crew as well. It's a awesome series, and enjoy racing it. So no, thank you.
Awesome. Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers, Kristen, for joining us, and congratulations again on taking out the race tonight.
Thanks, team. Cheers.
So we've got Nico Cordia sitting there waiting to come in as well, so we can bring him in.
And here he is, one of our favourite South Africans, Nico.
Good day. Good evening.
Yes.
How are we?
We're here to talk about you, so you tell us how you are.
Pretty stoked with a P3. Felt I had a better middle stint than a final stint. Car was pretty good. I opted for two fronts, two rears, and then two fronts in the pit stop, which I probably should have done the other way around. The rear was all over the place with the nice grip in the front, but pretty happy with that. Got it for Blake because we came together on lap 31 slightly. I've looked at it and looked at it and looked at it, and I don't want to point fingers or blame anyone, but it was a racing incident, I think, personally. We collided, but I'm gutted for him. I mean, he was right on the back of me. I came out of pit lane, spun out almost, and kept it on the track off the walls, which is the important thing. But yeah, overall, pretty happy with round one, and so happy the weather gods kept it dry, because I can say one thing from the Watkins Glen 6 hours. This car, the Ford Mustang that I've chosen for this new season, is absolutely horrifically bad in the wet. But yeah, no, I'm super stoked to be on the podium, at least for the first round.
Yeah. Well done. No, it was good, and I'm sure you'll be certainly pushing for a lot more of those podiums as the season goes on. You had a great result at the end of the first MPR HPR series, and I know you're wanting to better that for round two.
That is 100% correct. Yeah, I'm super stoked with a P2 in the championship for the first season of HPR. And my first full season was SuperCars NZ as well as my first full season basically on iRacing.
There we go.
So super stoked with that. And obviously going to be pushing for the win now. And yeah, with my teammate in this round
Yes.
and for the season, I'm pretty stoked with that because we've got very similar driving styles. We do this enduro races together, and we really help each other out on track. And yeah, that's only going to better ourselves from there.
Well, that's it.
Race
Well,
control scoring
consistency is
has ended.
key, and you worked out at the end of the season how the obviously the drop rounds came into effect and shuffled up probably that ending of the podium with a
Yeah.
few people who looked like they were sitting, quite comfortably on that podium step were then relegated to just off, and a few people who were outside came back on. So it's
Yeah.
certainly not over until the season's done and dusted, and those all-important drop rounds take effect. So it always keeps
Yeah.
everyone on their toes right till the last minute and keeps people charging hard throughout. So we look forward to seeing how you go with the rest of your season moving forward, and wish you best of luck.
Awesome stuff. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate that, and thanks for another excellent round. And I look forward to watching that back.
No problem. And do you want to take a quick shout out to any sponsors there, mate?
Oh yeah, just our main sponsors, our team obviously, ANZ CRL, AusNZ Combined Racing League, and just basically to my teammate for thanks, Adam. We really pushed hard and worked hard on our setup, as well as just pushing each other and helping each other out on the track and getting that perfect sectors. Still slightly off, I think, from my Porsche time, but I'm overall very happy.
Certainly no problem with giving yourself a challenge by trying to master another car. There's been a few people do that over the years, and they've turned themselves into quite the racing prodigies and some people to keep an eye on. So once you find that comfortable one that you're in, I'm sure you'll be a force to be reckoned with. And from last season's results and to seeing how you're going so far now, shouldn't be too long before we see similar things happening.
Awesome stuff. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that.
No problem, Nico. You have a good one.
All right, cheers, Doug. Cheers.
Will it get to the podium now? I can tell you the champagne tastes pretty sweet around here.
Oh, he's gone already. Sorry, mate.
Yes, that's alright. And
But speaking of podiums,
we've got Dylan Shepherd here.
and welcome up into the broadcasting lounge there, Mr. Shepherd, and congratulations on tonight's result.
Yeah, thanks boys. Thanks for putting on another broadcast. It was good event, good round one. Good to see such a good turnout, and yeah, had a lot of fun.
Certainly was. We had quite a packed field there at the beginning, but obviously the nervous jitters of a few people coming through the field and a few crash outs caused a few people to fall off, but not me, not Mr. Stubborn here. I managed to try and get in front of you a few times to try and keep you on your toes while you were out there charging away at the front. How'd you find the race overall?
Yeah, no, it was good fun. It was a bit of a shame that I think Darren had an incident in the early laps. Was looking forward to a bit of a fight with him. And then who else was behind me? I can't remember his name. Yeah, I was getting pushed again, and I was just driving hard, just trying to think about the strategy. It was Paul Blomqvist. He was he was kind of sitting there and couldn't really pull. I think I might have got a bit lucky with traffic, but yeah, like I just kept pushing, and it looked like just before the second pit stop or just after, it looks like he ran into trouble. So kind of took a bit of the pressure off and just kind of ran around and tried to stay out of trouble.
Yeah, well, I mean, just having a quick recap on that. So for yourself throughout the race, Dylan, no unfortunate spins or lockups or anything like that. You managed to keep it pretty clean.
Yeah, like I think I only had 2 or 3 off tracks up until the last couple of laps where I just drove off a bit. So I only had the 5 off tracks over the whole race. Yeah, just kind of kept it clean. Seemed like it was the best strategy to go, and yeah, just went around and round.
It was good, and yeah, so pretty much that clarifies what happened to your competition just behind you. Is each one of them did have individual moments where they were either caught sideways or having a small moment and rotating their cars around. So yeah, obviously pushing to try and catch up to you. They were taking a few extra risks, and unfortunately that's not worked out in their favour here at Watkins this evening.
Yeah, like I think the results don't really, like I mean, I won by a lot, but I don't think it really shows the competition I had at the same time. I think, but if the boys had been a bit luckier or just not have a couple of mistakes, I'm sure the race would have went down to the wire or throughout the whole race. So yeah.
No, it was certainly good, and we've said it before on other interviews and that, but consistency and clean racing is key, and regardless of whether you thought it was uncompetitive because they fell away, but you've topped it, mate. You've charged ahead for the win, so looking forward to seeing how you perform for the remainder of the series? Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, 100%. This is always a great series. It's a good, a lot of cars on track. It really gets some good experience on track with different levels of drivers. So, no, looking forward to the rest of the season. Hopefully, don't miss out on too many with some real life stuff. But
Yep.
should be there for the next round. So.
No, we appreciate that, Dylan. We appreciate you coming along and racing along with us as well here at SuperCars NZ. Any quick shout-outs for any of your sponsors there, mate, before we shoot off?
Yeah, just a massive shout out to, well, firstly, to you guys and the whole team behind SuperCars New Zealand. They're putting on a great series here, and I'm sure there's a lot of work behind the scenes that they're doing. For myself, yeah, just the boys at Blackout OPR, all our sponsors, simrigs.com, Distraction Sim Supplier, Palmerston Bakery, Shunt Scenery, and DSM Painting and Decorating. And of course, Blackout Electrical Solutions, our title sponsor.
Very good. I think next time I ask that question, we'll have to get the old pen and paper and write all those down so I can remember that.
I have to look at a list to say it. So I can have a little
Well, well done for listing them all off, and they're obviously backing a pretty good team there. So, shout out to all of them and for supporting you guys. And yeah, we certainly look forward to seeing how you and the rest of the team go for the remainder of the for the new series season. Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers, boys. Have a good night.
Awesome. Thanks, Dylan.
Cheers, Dylan. So, quick look at some of the results. Christian Hermanson taking out the race tonight in GTP. Aaron Goodrick second. There may be a little bit of an issue with the final results there. For some reason it's dropped Matthew down, and I see him asking the question in Discord. He did come home in third, but for whatever reason it's dropped him back to P6, so showing Michael Vanderhaas in third, Jack Hintz fourth, Stephen McCart in fifth, then Matthew, Wayne Hartnell 7th, Thomas McCall 8th, Jonathan Turner 9th, and Mark Price rounding out the top 10. And we can see Dan Turner there in 11th, Christian Jenkins 12th, rounding out the last of the GTP runners. And then we've got Dylan Shepherd taking out GT3 from Darren Lobb and Nico Cordia. Peter Vanderberg there in 4th, Paul Blomqvist, Nathan Gardner, Daniel Hedderscheid and Leith Swinney there. Yeah, we can roll right down the order, see the lounge there in 30th. That's Doug, still hasn't changed his name in the SDK app.
The Lounger, the Lounger, it is me. So I just had a quick squiz back to our results table here and had a look at the event log, and it looks like for some reason Matt Gerard has received a post-race penalty of 1 lap, and Blake Grenhall also had a post-race penalty applied of 35 seconds. So
yeah, so he got a reckless driving hold for 1 lap.
yes,
Matthew Gerard did.
Oh,
And
so he must have not
Blake
served that
didn't pit because he
black
needed
flag.
repairs. So he had a meatball and kept going. I guess that's what his penalty's for.
Yeah, so I'm guessing Matt must have just come across the finish line with enough penalties to warrant getting a drive-through, which is a bit of a hard one to serve when, depending on where where the start-finish line is, and then obviously having to tour pit lane. So not too sure. We'll have a look and investigate that one. We may have to do a manual adjustment on that if there appears to be an error. So we'll do our best to look into that. But other than that, we can only go by the results given. So yeah.
absolutely. So that rounds us out for round 1 here at Watkins Glen in the HPR Winter Series. So we had a successful first season, carried over much the same format, a little bit of a change to qualifying, which we don't see on the stream, but a bit of a change to keep the GT3s and GTPs separate.
Yeah, in future we will try to endeavour to bring that one up. It's just a bit of a hard one. Unfortunately, Shane, obviously first night wanting to trial it, make sure it went ahead properly, but can't do that and run the stream at the same time. So keep an eye out for that one in the near future. We'll work together and try and get the people at home to be able to see it, because it's certainly a good spectacular to see, rather than a big cluster of field that the two divisions going up hard against one another during those qualifying laps.
Absolutely. So, thanks to Wearcraft for sponsoring this week's racing. Napa Auto Parts continuing to sponsor the broadcasting edge, and I'm sure we're going to have some awesome giveaways from them coming up in the future. Leon did talk about needing to get in to talk to his contact at Napa to see what we might be able to give away moving forward, so looking forward to see what he's able to procure from that. Thanks of course to MRP, our major season sponsor, who is just disappeared off the screen there, but I can bring them back by clicking this one. MRP, backing the HPR series as well as our Wednesday night racing. Not currently streamed, but Super Formula Wednesdays. If you're keen for a bit of fun racing and some open wheelers on a Wednesday night, come along and check that out.
Yeah, we'll fix the fuel for next week. Sorry about that, folks.
Absolutely, we will. Thanks everybody for tuning in at home, and we will see you next week when we're at another track for some heat racing, I think.
We are indeed, yes. Keep
I guess that's